Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Cut.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Check 26.
From the gun, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ronald Jones, touchdown number 22 on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sean Lee able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jones. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
Set, 180. 40. Here it comes.
They'll try again with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's our time.
Jackson now. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. There, this is picked up by the Browns. There he goes, right side. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now Jones. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. But he said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Browns' 35-yard line.
Down. And read. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Single the slot.
On 3rd down, Muhammad. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready. 3's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Watch switch.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there, but it'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Watch the pass.
Jackson throwing again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline because we...
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Ravens have got it. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Set, ready. 91. 58, the mic. Watch the run, watch the run.
Play action. It's Jackson. And Woods has it complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Jackson from the shotgun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Muhammad. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To throw is Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Come on now, let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 17. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
A run for Nick Chubb. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Browns on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Check, check, check.
Here's Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw the... And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jayon Brown. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Jones. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. It's the Bills with an early lead over the Jets, and we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll go again to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. On 1st down, Muhammad, and he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They go again with Muhammad. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you.
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Set, ready. 91. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber.
Jackson on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Let it go.
Jackson now. Going to throw again. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. On first down, Jones. And some room to roam now. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 20. Yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
At the 3-yard line.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And some room to work. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
40's the money. Squeeze. Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Davenport, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Browns on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is third down and 12. Now Chubb running right. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown, and the Ravens cut into that lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Muhammad. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Muhammad, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I can't believe they didn't let you play.
Here's Muhammad. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, Muhammad, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Jackson operating from the gun to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
180. Let's go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
180. Tight. 4 down. Check.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. With it is Brown. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Muhammad, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Ready? Mike, 53, Mike. So don't say nothing.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. One last shot for Jackson. Out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Browns, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.